Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. 10th of October, today the biggest planet in our solar system, Jupiter, is changing signs. It's going from Libra into Scorpio. And Jupiter in general, it's, as I said, the biggest planet, so it's symbolically um, associated with expansion, with, seeing beyond the physical borders. It's about big and bigger and bigger dreams, fire, far ahead travels, abroad travels, about learning and expanding your mind and the possibility of life as you see it. Jupiter rules over 16 moons, so it's like a system in itself. So also symbolically it rules over all systems like law and natural laws, human laws, like justice and stuff. It's connected to Thursday, to Thor's day, and Thor was a Norse god of thunder, and Jupiter is connected also to Zeus, and his symbol was also thunder. So, way of honoring Jupiter is through questing, through learning, through teaching. It's a great teacher's archetype. Traveling, festing. It's a celebratory planet. It's always jovial, like Jupiter is seen as positive. Sagittarians, that Jupiter kind of rules over, are seen as people with positive attitude, with quite um, a happy attitude, personalities that love to hang out with other people, that love to travel, share. Jupiter is an expansive guardian of the crossroads. We supplicate Jupiter through generous offerings and by praying, open my path before me and grant me the opportunity to be of maximum good in the world. And the excess Jupiter can be indulgent. It can be, overeating, over drinking, everything that is over. Also, when we think of teaching versus preaching. So now when we look at I thought I pulled some cards. So Jupiter is connected to Wheel of Fortune. So this is Asherah Tarot, and this is, what is it? The Tabula Mundi Arcanus, the Tabula Mundi, the colored version. I forgot the name. But in any case, as we see, this is the symbol of Jupiter. And Wheel of Fortune brings in changes, but also rules our fate and destiny, and shows the cyclical nature of the world, that everything constantly fluxes and changes. And here in the Tabula Mundi, it's really lovely when we can see how we also have an influence on writing our own destinies. And as Jupiter ruling over his 16 moons, so in our world, we kind of the rulers of our lives. We have our personality, our body, mind, and spirit to rule over. But Jupiter, at this extent, it also connected to travel, which very often Wheel of Fortune shows in tarot decks. Also with expansion and, change of fortune. Often it is called a fortunate card. I rarely see it as bringing like fortunate events. It can, obviously, but it depends really what it just brings in change, basically. So this is the Wheel of Fortune from Tarot de Marseille, from Tarot Noir. So we have this, the idea of turning wheel. Who is above will fall down, who is down will come up, so it comes and goes. And so this is Jupiter, and now Jupiter moves from Libra, from a sign which is mostly concerned with relationships, with art, with creating harmony and balance. But also, you know, it showed, the last year showed huge division in the world. So the weighing scales, you know, how to find harmony, and now it moves into the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio in tarot is connected to the card of death. So when we think of this combination of cards in tarot, that's pretty powerful year, because Jupiter in Scorpio will be uh, in the sign for a year. So it will come out sometime in 2018, around November or October. So when we look at this combination of these two cards, Wheel of Fortune and Death, that's like two cards pointing towards changes, towards transitions, towards transformations. And the card of Death is often connected to Scorpio, and here especially shows like three aspects of transformation. It could be the, you know, the Scorpio, the snake, and the eagle. So you have three different levels of what you can transform and how you can transform. And together with Wheel of Fortune, I think it foretells quite an intense year. Scorpio is connected to death, but it's connected also to deep emotional healing, to intense emotions, and to power. So there could be some power struggles, or in some ways, you know, changes in power or how power is viewed. And also in our private lives, we're being asked to, you know, see how much we struggle in our power. So it's about growing your own power, but also not being overpowering to other people. Here in Asherah Tarot, there's this beautiful like mandalas. So the Wheel of Fortune showing the cyclical movement of the moon, here that everything changes constantly. And here also with death, if you try to hold on to things too much, there is no possibility of expansion. So this Jupiter in Scorpio will definitely bring some ways of expanding our understanding, maybe of death, also about sexuality, because Scorpio rules sexuality and sex. So there might be some, you know, big changes maybe in gay marriages, and just in general acknowledging that we are sexual beings and that sex is important, and it has to be taken out of the dark ages, you know, and that we have to face our sexuality and be playful about it rather than scared, or, you know, putting it always into the shadow side. So there's a big transformation ahead for this month, and these are powerful cards in the tarot system in general, Death and Fortune, both igniting changes. So I think, you know, stay tuned. And you know, with Jupiter is usually like an angel kind of blessing. So there is a huge possibility of, first of all, healing intense emotions, to learning where our power comes from, to enjoying the sexuality and emotionality. Jupiter always says, you know, like, take those opportunities. So like, it's staying open to how we balance our power in relationships, in personal relationships, but also in the world. Jupiter's craving is to constantly expand the parameters of life beyond the familiar. So there might be some, you know, deep hidden emotions that come up to the surface during this year, that might play out in our relationships, on the like love relationships, but also Jupiter and Scorpio connect to law and to money systems. So also our power struggle around finances, and how we see finances, and how this is expression of our empowerment. Jupiter loves to learn, so we might also get interested in dying process, maybe expand our understanding of death and how we can support people who die, but also you know, powerful endings and beginnings. So it's all in that two very transition oriented cards. And I think Jupiter loves ritual, so it kind of says to each of us, if I will make you wealthy by your own definition. What is your definition of wealth? What is a wealthy life? What is a wealthy culture? Simply asking the big question initiates a journey of discovering the answers. So Jupiter is not, focused on small details, but it's reaching out and trying to see the bigger picture of things. And Jupiter loves rituals, so on any Thursday which is connected to Jupiter, you can perform some Jupiterian rituals. If you want to change anything, this is also a powerful year for that. And so that's what I wanted to share with you, because it's quite an important day. And let's enjoy Jupiter in Scorpio, and let's see how it's going to manifest in our lives. Thanks for watching, and speak to you soon. Bye.